welcome back to Super Tuesday Recap. It is Kriss and Dpalm here. And we only got one show to review this week. We're doing, on Tuesday anyway. We're doing The Flash, Season 3, Episode 14, Attack on Central City. Grodd and his army bring their battle to Earth 1, which the team must find a way to stop. Oh, man, what a difference a week makes with no H in your shield, right?
This shit. What's the name of the episode?
Attack on Central City.
It should be Unrealized Expectations.
There really was no attack.
Kriss, there's a bomb plot followed by the Flash not even fighting Grodd.
Yeah.
And we always commend how much they make the dollar stretch to make these effects happen. Two girls fighting is the bridge too far. We found the line. It's important to know where the line is.
We found the line.
We found the line.
They just don't.
There was no weight to him, Kriss.
You know what the problem is? You know what I kept thinking about? And I think when we heard Attack on Central City, this is the thing I think we all were thinking about. It goes back to when we did the Flash Rogues joint. Remember that? And
I did say to myself on the couch, please have parachutes.
Well, it's please have parachutes. That's one. But it was also just the whole idea of, oh shit, hold on. No, it's also just the, like, remember that one episode, the one issue we had? I can't remember what the issue was, but where Grodd like destroys the entire fucking city, and you have Wally basically going, Grodd reminds us all of how dangerous he is.
Yeah, that's when it's when they get the gorillas to break him at Iron Heights.
Is it that? No, it's another one. I thought
no, it's with him and Dick.
Yeah. No, not even that one. It's another one. Oh, man, I got to find that issue now. It's the one I always use now on when I tweet out the Flash. I can't remember which one it's from. But it's a different. Here's how crazy it is. It's a different. Not that time Grodd destroys the city. The other time. No. Not that one either. The other time. Like, it's just. I was watching this episode. Again, I think there's some good things that happen here. But like it's that one. He's sitting there. Where Wally's facing down Grodd. He's like, I try to put on a stoic face and keep keep from shaking in my boots. The creature's name is Gorilla Grodd. He's an animal from a lost city of evolved primates in the middle of Africa. Whoever had incarcerated him obviously did one thing you never do to Grodd. They made him mad. Grodd is the only villain that's ever given me nightmares. First time I ever saw a human being murdered, Grodd snapped a man's neck, almost took his head clean off. Grodd didn't even blink. You know?
Oh, it's the Zolomon one.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the breakout.
Oh no. This is a different one. It's not the Zolomon one either. I got to go find it, but it's not that. I know which one you're talking about. It's not that one. This is the one where they pan out and they show you the entire city's kind of destroyed. It's one of the one shots they did with the rogues.
Yeah, because he says, can you hold him for 5 seconds? Says maybe even 6.
No.
And then he runs to get a running start.
No, I don't even think it's that one.
All right.
I don't even think it's that one. But regardless, none of that.
That's what we're thinking. You tell us Grodd. You tell us attack on Central City. I don't want to see Grodd attack Central City.
Yeah, and I kept holding out hopes because there were hints that they were going to go that way because you had Barry talking about how Grodd keeps getting smarter every time he fights him. How Grodd kind of pushed him to the edge. You even have Barry going this whole, I may have to kill him. You know? They had all this stuff there, and the final confrontation just doesn't live up to what they set up.
There's no payoff.
Right. And I feel like before you get to the payoff, I feel like we've been doing this the last couple of weeks now. We're starting with the negatives, but I feel like up until that point, though, there's a lot of good stuff there.
We need to talk about it some more because I'm deeply affected by what I didn't see.
I think you talking about with the Grodd not attacking.
Yeah.
No, but I get you that one because then when you don't have that there, when you don't actually have like when we saw the headline in the future city recovering from gorilla attack. And then you see what the gorilla attack was. Maybe a couple busted windows and maybe a car.
I think they changed the timeline.
Okay. All right.
Because I would not have called that a gorilla attack. I'd have been like, large number of gorillas were spotted downtown, then they vanished. It was weird.
It'd been like that time. It'd been like that time, like a bull got loose in Baltimore City.
It's the cow that got loose in Queens last week.
Right.
That's exactly what it is. And the lighter side of the news,
right?
Gorilla sighted in Central City.
Like nobody would say, "Mad cow destroys New York City." Like,
yeah. City's still reeling from cow attack.
Right.
That's not the headline. It's not. I'm sorry. This did not qualify.
The most horrific crime we've ever seen in our lives.
They clearly changed the timeline because this was not a gorilla attack. I'm sorry.
Hey, honey, it's a circus in town?
Yeah, ooh. Let's take the kids. Like, that's what it was. Also, I want to bring this up. Where the hell is Central City? When they did that pan-out shot with the gorillas in the woods, there are no suburbs. No roads in or out.
Oh, I know
Central City.
Oh, no, Central City is Virginia Tech. It's Virginia Tech. No, look, man, So one of the colleges I almost went into was Virginia Tech. And the reason why I didn't go to Virginia Tech is I'm sitting there, right? It was going to be an ROTC scholarship. And I kid you not, one of the administrators there said to me, looked at me dead in the face and goes, "Oh yeah, when it snows here, we don't get it. We don't close the school down because the mountains keep it so that the snow doesn't get here." And I'm like, looked at my mom and looked at my dad and was like, "Yeah, so I'm not going here." Fuck that. Yeah, no, yeah, Central City is literally Virginia Tech. Yeah.
That's how it looked from a distance. Like, it looked like just the city in the woods. It was the weirdest thing in the world. Which is, I think, how people see Atlanta, to be honest. I'm sure that's how Atlanta looks like if you fly into it, so I kind of get it, but it just seems so centralized. I don't know. It felt very weird, the fact that there could be that many gorillas in the woods and no one noticed.
Well, I mean, when these gorillas come from Africa, the entire continent of Africa. I really need people to stop doing that. Like, the jokes are going to happen. Like, you went to Africa? You do realize that Africa's a continent and it's huge, right? Like,
it's really big.
Like, okay.
Like really big.
Where in Africa did you go? Just.
Well, the only excuse I've ever given the Flash about that in Central City, or in relation to Gorilla City, is that they're not exactly clear. Like, the technology keeps them from seeing it.
I get you that yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah.
But I don't know. This whole episode fell off for me, and I'm probably, the one thing I did really enjoy? Harry being a dick again.
Oh, man. Oh, for no reason. Like, he was...
Oh, there was a reason.
I mean, there's always a reason. Goodness, man. First of all, Harry hates HR, which...
is the funniest thing in the world.
Well, can I just say that, again, and I think this is why I can forgive a lot of the problems that come from the impact not being what the end should been. Because I like, again, what this show always does. The little moments matter for me. So Tom Cavanaugh playing both these roles sometimes and how drastically different they are, it makes me almost forgive a lot of. It makes me forgive a lot of things. Like,
it helps. It helps a lot.
Like him literally going from the grumpy, angry Harry to HR, who's literally just an idiot, who's happy to be there. Like that scene in the beginning where he literally spits in his own coffee.
Yo. That was rude as shit.
He's like, when HR's like, "Oh, I'm so interested in the subtle difference between, like, how about the not so subtle ones? Like what? Like the fact that I'm a genius and you're a moron." That's rude as shit, man.
Super shit. Super rude.
Shit. And it's just, and it carried on. Like, I was waiting, and I appreciate they didn't do this. I was waiting for that moment where HR did something to prove to Harry that you belong here, but that never happened. And nope. I am so happy that it didn't happen. Like down to you got 60 seconds, Barry. You got 2 minutes, Barry. What are you talking about? It's got 10 seconds. Can you not even read time? Like, it's Oh my
He's
god!
just incredulous at how stupid a version of himself is. Like, this makes no sense to me whatsoever.
Right.
How are you this dumb?
Right. Oh my goodness!
But then he breaks. He's the one who cracks the code on who Grodd was after. So like, I hate it, but they keep making him useful, and you know they just had to kill Harry.
Right. That's the great thing about HR is he's so different from the other Harrys we've seen, but he finds a way to kind of. He's that dude who ends up in your crew that you don't know how got there, and you don't know what they do, but you need them there.
No, you know what's even better? You've ever been in like a group of friends, but there's one dude in that group that you actually hate, but no one else hates him? Right. I've got a friend like that. I can see the guy right now. Like to the point where he's like, yo, Palm's gonna be mean as shit to me. I'm like, yes, I am, because I actually hate you. I don't know why they like
and everybody else is like, hey man, ease up off of him, man.
No, because they think I'm kidding, and he's like, he's not kidding. I'm like, I'm not kidding. I hate you. People are like, oh, y'all have the best rapport. I'm like, it's not a rapport. I would stab him if it wasn't legal ramifications.
Like, you know what I thought about made it even worse, yo? Jesse wants to stay in Earth 1 with the bad HR, with the stupid HR, and she even goes, oh, he's nicer than my dad. He's more caring and thoughtful.
Yo.
I'm so glad that...
Now I'm thinking about this from Harry's point of view. About that dude I can't stand. I'm like, yo, why don't y'all hate him? Why don't y'all hate him? I'm not kidding. Why don't y'all hate him? Yeah, that's you know what? I'm rocking with Harry on this one.
Hey, listen, I didn't say I'm not taking a side in the Harry versus HR debate. I just like, oh man, like it was so good. Like the fact that he didn't let him, and then the ultimate dick move he pulls with Wally, bruh.
That's the funniest shit in the world.
dude.
Because I said, oh, that's like really poor timing. And the fiance says, he's lying. I go, what? I know he wouldn't lie. I go, yeah, he would. Yo, she's better watching the show than I am. Because I was like, oh shit, he's dying?
Right.
Of course he's not. And of course Jesse, he tells Jesse, and yo, that's how you know your father.
Right. Like, again, there are things like this in the episode that make it work for me because I love the fact that they didn't drag this out. That Jesse immediately goes, "Oh God, okay," and walks over, and he's literally in the middle of doing something for the main plot, and go, "Seriously, you told Wally I was dying?"
Yeah,
and then says, "I'm staying." Basically, fuck you, Dad, and then walks out. And then the story keeps going on. Like I love that.
All Harry can do is like, and then what's going to happen next is
right.
You can't address it.
Right. Well, the reason why I love that moment is it's a real moment. Like
it's so real.
It didn't feel scripted. It felt like, nope, that's exactly how it would go. Like it's all right. We tried
down to the awkwardness of everyone else in the room.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, first of all, you know what you got to do? You got to go back and watch this episode again and look at Joe's face. We'll get to Joe in a minute in this episode, but look at Joe's face before Jesse walks in. He's already freaking out because it's taking metal magnets to his fucking head. So his face is already classic. And then Jesse walks in. Oh man, it's so good. Like there are so many things I loved about the Wally Harry thing. I think Rod's the one that said it definitely felt like if you've seen Get Out, it's a Get Out moment. Harry's Jesse's telling Harry, and first of all, Wally already knows what's up. So Wally's back and to the right.
Oh yeah,
he's back and to the right, and then as soon as Harry stands up, Wally backs up.
He takes a step back, and I was like, "You're a speedster, you punk."
No.
Like, tighten up.
Wait a minute, dude. All right, you're a speedster. But do you really think a speedster can outrun an angry dad?
I didn't say it can be a race. It can be a fight. Like, what? Look, I'm not saying run away. First of all, running away was not on the table. But, like, you've got to, I would have liked it more if you watch him take a deep breath and stand his ground.
Yeah.
If I'm Harry, you know my answer is you can't stay because he took a step backwards.
Yeah, this is the genius guy who figured out how to steal Barry's speed. I don't. Nah.
You can't stay. He's took a step back. You got no heart.
I think I take a step back too.
See, so you no hero.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Not. Look, man. You anybody can talk that hero shit, but when it comes to a dad protecting his daughter, and
oh, I'd have bet on Harry in the fight, but at least there would have been a fight. Like, Wally would go and lose, but sometimes you just got to take that L. That's how life works, Wally.
Take the L. Take the L for your girl, yo.
You got to.
Like, oh no, man. Wally. There's a couple things. Wally first he backed up, and then when Jesse said something about me get a place, you mean us? The look on Wally's face was.
It got super real, super fast.
I made a mistake.
When keeping it real goes wrong.
It was. Look, man, I'm telling you, dude. There's things like this that make this episode for me because Wally's face is like, wait. But but just a couple weeks ago, I had the bus full of chill. Oh, I didn't think this through. Like you just see life coming at him at a high rate of speed, and he's a speedster. Should have thought about that one, dude. Should have thought about that one. So, even down to the end of the episode, it's like she wants big belly burger. It's like you're a speedster, you can run with me.
She didn't flinch.
Didn't even think about getting him and running with him, yo.
Flinching wasn't an option. She's like, so I'll see you soon?
Right.
Or...
Life comes at you fast, young Wallace West.
Kid Flash.
You about to grow up real soon, son.
Education. He learns about speed, he learns about whole types of aspects of life, man.
Right.
That's that.
Yeah. What the lady wants, the lady gets, sir.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
I can't wait for like 5 episodes from now. I can really good, but your legs ain't broke. What you talking about? Like, let that shine come off that apple. See how this stuff gets real.
Look, man, like Wally, like I don't think Wally realized what he just did, yo. You didn't ask a woman just to move in with you or to stay at her. You asked her to change dimensions.
Hey, you know what it is? You know what you did? You asked the girl to move to your city, but like, oh, you don't know anyone here, and now you can't fly back. But just move in; it'll be fine. No pressure at all.
So when do we get the Wally Jesse Quick show, yo?
That seems like it would be a short-lived show. I don't know how it's gonna work out.
Right. Good luck, Mr. West.
Cheering for you, young buck.
Good luck, Mr. West. Oh man, so good. I did like the fact that Harry being an asshole. I did like the fact that he asked Wally to do something with him. You have an engineer's mind. You know, not bad. I like that they kind of going. That's something we've kind of forgotten that Wally was, building engines and doing things before. Right. So I like them bring that in there. There's a couple of things they did like that, small things that I thought they would kind of drop the ball on and they kind of brought back in. One thing I've noticed about all of the CW shows, we gotta get better at explain why people aren't there. So Supergirl has Jimmy. I've been hearing the Supergirl reviews.
Jimmy chilling, man.
And Jimmy just disappears wherever. Arrow obviously has the Thea problem. And then
Which was the Thea solution last week, to be honest.
Right. Hey, listen, Thea was right. So listen.
That's proof that you don't need Thea every episode. Yeah, it's a 3-episode season if Thea's there.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
When you put Thea in charge, there's no season. What happened? Oh, I solved that shit 2 months ago.
Yeah, so I mean, I kind of get the Thea thing. And then Flash with Julian once again. And here's the thing: when Julian is not there anymore, it gets really, really suspicious because the excuses don't seem to make sense. So maybe that's going to come back, just like it did the first time he said he had a girlfriend, and then you find out that he didn't really have a girlfriend. So we'll see about that. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they got to do it like. Again, I hate bringing up this other show, but Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. does a good job where you have your core group. You have Coulson, May, Mac, Daisy, Gemma, and Fitz. So that's 6 people, and you're going to get all 6 in that episode. You know that. Then you get your peripherals, but they have legit excuses. Like, so Elena will show up for a couple episodes, but you know why she's not there all the time. She's not even in the country sometimes, you know. And they explain it away, so when she's not there, you don't go, well, why isn't she there? Well, you know why she's not there. I just feel like this show needs to do a better job of explaining why some of these characters aren't there. And I know contractually why they're not there. But you need to show us why they're. You need to give us legit excuses why they're not there. You know.
I see what you're saying.
So I get it. It just felt weird because again, Julian was just there for the Planet of the Apes
for part one.
And now for part two, he's suddenly.
I think if it hadn't been a part one and part two, it'd be less jarring. But you're right.
Yeah,
they added a throwaway line like he was visiting his mom. Like y'all just got back. He got back from another planet and then hopped on an airplane.
Right. Like that.
Come on, guys.
It doesn't make any sense. So, again, like I get you can't have people there the entire time, but you got to explain it better. You just got to do it better. Let's see what else we have here. Joe's coming. I like the fact that Joe's coming around to embracing the weird that is his life now.
Right.
Y'all want to put a bunch of magnets on my head to look into the mind of a murderous, psychotic ape. Yes. Fine. like his fine was just so.
I just want to square away what we're doing here.
Right. I'm not gonna outlive this. I'm not gonna be able to say no to this, am I? Okay. Just fucking. All right. Just do it. Just do it. Also, love Jesse L. Martin talking as Grodd.
That was a really good moment because we haven't really seen. Have we seen him play Grodd before? I think it was more interesting to see him do it than to see Harry do it.
Yeah.
Just because it was such a departure. And then, hey, Barry, that's fast.
Yeah. Not bad.
Like from a zero start, that's really fast. That's great.
Yeah. Not bad. You're working on your speed, Barry. Not too bad. I like that moment too of that. Also, save the Gypsy stuff for later. Let's see. Got some of those. Let's see. Yeah, let's do. I guess we'll do Gypsy stuff like this.
Do you want to do Saboteur first?
That's Sabotage at the end, though. Very
Okay,
end.
I was just going through my notes.
Yeah, we'll do Sabotage very end. And look, Gypsy has the best goodbyes for Cisco.
Yo. So they can write off Cisco for a couple of those episodes easy.
Oh yeah. Hey, what? They're not going to, but yeah. Where you been, Cisco? No.
Huh?
Mm-hmm. Look, man.
First rule of Fight Club. Don't talk about Fight Club.
Look, man. First of all, you couldn't handle me after that kiss. And I love Cisco's response is, I'm gonna marry that woman.
Cisco's undaunted, man.
Oh, and again, so this is the Valentine's Day episode, which again I don't understand why they were. There's probably a reason why everything was pushed back a couple weeks, but
look, if it's gonna be pushed back, just don't make it a Valentine's Day episode.
Right. I hate when they do. Same thing happened. It wasn't this show, but another show that did Thanksgiving, and it was like 2 weeks later. Like, bro.
Well, they did the Supergirl show this week too.
Yeah, I could tell. Yeah.
And like the Flash, didn't the Flash have an episode on Valentine's Day?
Pretty sure.
Like what do we? Come on, guys! If you're not gonna do it, just ignore it. We don't need it.
It didn't really add anything. You can talk about all this.
It added the pathos of Cisco pining over everyone else being paired off, but you could just as easily do that and have it not be Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it didn't have to be a Valentine's Day to do that. So I don't understand the. Yeah, I don't know. It's just. Yeah, I didn't get that. Although I did love the fact that they brought up the fact that he at one point did have a thing for Lisa Snart.
Yep. Can we talk about Earth 19 for a split second here?
Thank you, 'cause I was going to ask you about that.
We got a new Speedster.
I know. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So from the looks of him, it looks like the Accelerated Man, which is a Speedster from one of the Multiversity books. Or I can't remember. It's an alternate Speedster we've seen before in the comics, never on television. Silver Lightning when he ran, which was interesting. But yeah, it's steampunk Flash.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate that. Like, I noticed that, and then I was trying to figure out who the breacher who went to Earth 2 was. She got, and I didn't recognize her.
Yeah, neither did I.
I'm wondering. So I now have a question about how this Earth 19 thing works. Is Gypsy in there? Are they only going after Earth 19ers that breach, or are they?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so that person that went from Earth 19 to Earth 2. Okay, makes sense. Okay. Yeah. I caught that speech too. I was like, I wonder if we. And this is one of those shows that when they show you something like that, they usually do come back to it. Like, I don't think that's the last time we'll see that. Because they've given us hints of things before and then fully gone there. So I fully expect to come back to that and see who that actual speedster was and deal with that. Would also explain why Gypsy knows how to deal with speedsters.
Yeah.
So there's that. Let's see. I also love the fact that, and again, this is one of those things that we talked about before. And I know this episode still has its problems. We talked about that before. But
you mean the fact that the only villain the Flash fights is a literal bomb, is a clock?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay,
yeah,
that's a problem.
It's a problem. But one of the other things that we talked about is not closing obvious and easy to answer plot issues. Like we had that issue last week with the episode. This one, I love the fact that they address why Cisco needed Gypsy. Because for the longest time, I'm sitting there watching this episode going, okay, why did you need her?
That line they threw at the end.
Yeah, and here's the thing. And again, not saying this episode obviously has issues. We were saying that there. But I feel like last week they would never have addressed the fact that they would never address that. There's been a couple of times when they would have dropped that ball and had you go, but why did you even need her? You made this big deal about needing her. Why did you even need her there? It doesn't take two. You didn't even say, oh, well, it takes two of them to bring in Solivar, and that wouldn't have made sense either. They go, oh, she's the only one that knew where he was. Okay. And they established before that you could see that the person that Grodd takes over can access some of his memories. So that would have all made sense. That she would have known where. So I was like, okay, hey, you know what? Kudos to you guys for catching something that was an easy ball for you to drop that you've done before. So I had to write that down there. And also let's talk about this. I enjoyed the whole dilemma thing of Barry thinking that maybe he should kill Grodd. Now we didn't get the payoff of we didn't get the payoff of it. I know.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't because it's important. They nailed something that and I hate to bag on them, but I don't hate to. I just feel like it's tiresome. The DC Cinematic Universe never did. Mm-hmm. They established why Barry's different. And, of course, Barry's there standing for Superman.
Right.
You can't be all Dark Avenger, Barry. This is you. This is not who you are. You're the symbol that other people need to know that there's a better way, a different way all the time. It's basically them yelling at Superman from Man of Steel.
Yeah. And I love the fact that, one, listen to black women.
Always.
I mean, Barry, you're about to marry a black woman. Listen to black women. You need to learn that lesson number one. If you listen to that. And I love the fact that Harry came in, like, he comes in and Harry's like, yeah, stop being stupid. Listen to Iris and don't be like me. I've done, yeah, you're right. I would have done it. I would do anything for Jesse, and look what that's left me with. Look at what I have to live with and all the decisions I've had to make. Iris said the same thing about Oliver. Yeah, Oliver gets to be looked at as a hero, and he's killed before, but he has to live with every single one of those deaths. And we've seen Oliver have to struggle with that. Like, that's one of the things I like about this being a joint universe. We see Oliver deal with the fact that he kills a bunch of these people. You think about it, Barry never shows it to Barry, though.
Right.
So Barry just sees, his mentor, the Green Arrow, Oliver, having to go with all this stuff. He doesn't see the struggles that Oliver goes through day by day living with the decisions he's made in the past. And literally this season of Arrow is all that killing come back to bite him in the ass.
Exactly.
So
even though Barry cites it to Joe, he's like, I know Barry carries the weight. He never, all he carries that weight. He's never actually seen what that weight's actually done to Ollie.
Right. And so, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And I even appreciate, and I appreciate that it was 3 people that told him that. Because in the end, then Joe comes in and tells him the same thing. Listen, man, I know you're thinking about you might have to kill Grodd, but you do that, there's no coming back from that. That might get those gorillas to stop, but you do that, we don't know where do you go from there, you know? That's a lot to live with and a lot of weight on your shoulder. You might not want to do that. So, again, ending notwithstanding with them kind of shorting us on that destruction that we could have gotten. Yeah, I appreciate that. I think, and this is why to me, up until the end with the final confrontation, I enjoyed the episode. You know, I even enjoyed if Barry had to fight Grodd and actually did some more with that, I would have even been okay with him racing the clock on the nuke. Because again, it shows Grodd using different techniques to literally wear down Barry. And I could appreciate that. Like getting into his head, forcing him to do this. Because, Barry was really struggling with this idea of, hey, these nukes could get launched. People could die. I need to literally go through all the combination on this in 15 seconds, But then, again, the end becomes anti-climatic because you don't actually have that final confrontation. It's 2 apes fighting.
You're right. You know what? You're 100% right because this, looking back, there's a lot of good stuff in this episode, a lot of funny stuff in this episode. It just suffers from mismanaged expectations.
Yeah.
Last week we got Barry versus Solivar in a gladiator pit surrounded by gorillas.
Right.
This time I got 2 gorillas fighting each other, which I'm sorry to say the CGI didn't pull off.
Yeah.
It just, I think it was a combination of expectation and then the actual execution not even being something that I was hoping. It just felt like I was watching a Planet of the Apes unfinished video game.
Yeah, you know what it is? I think what this season is telling us is, hey, listen, we loved it when they gave us Grodd. We loved it when they gave us King Shark. We're now reaching the limits of what they can do on the CW.
Right.
And I'm I still love the show and I still love what they're doing here, but this is one of those things like, listen, don't let your reach exceed don't let your reach exceed your grasp. Like, it's just
right.
I think it might be time to pull it back a little bit, and while I appreciate them trying to swing for the fences, you just might not be able to do it. And that's okay because you're still doing it better than the movies are. So, enjoy what you can do and don't try to go too far. Like, again, using Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. as an example, they do a really good job with the budget they have and still giving us those moments, but knowing their limitations. Like, you don't get those full CGI out battles, and we've got some really great CG moments in Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. So,
right.
And I doubt that CW has the budget they have. Like, at some point, you're just not going to be able to pull some of this stuff off. And like you said, hey, one Grodd was enough. You get an entire platoon of apes who don't do anything because you can't have them do anything. It then becomes too much. It just becomes, it makes the show suffer. Because like I said, I think that ending aside in the final fight aside, this actually is a really, really good episode. I think if you take, you know what you do? Take this whole entire episode, swap out this end for the gladiator fight from last episode. Perfect episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think that you needed to make this a 2-parter. You could have made it a 1-part.
You could have handled this in one.
Could have handled this in one.
It may have been too expensive for one. That was the thing.
Maybe it could have been it. But I think that, like you said, the gladiator fight. If you had that kind of fight, maybe not in that setting, but had that kind of fight in this episode there, I think the problems with this episode kind of go away. Because again, I think everything else worked out fine. You know, a lot of those things worked out really, really well. But like you said, it fails on the expectations of what you're going to get and the setup you did. Like, there's a lot of setup and promotion for these 2 episodes. And when you do that, if you don't nail it,
you've got to deliver. I'm sorry.
Right.
Like we didn't ask you to promote it like this. You promoted it like this.
Right. And when you don't, and you got to remember, last episode, they did the Gorilla City fight and the gladiator battle. And then the rest of the episode was basically burying them stuck in cages. Right? So it just gets to the point where, hey, listen, look, don't go out spending money on $200 dates if you got $50 date money. Right?
Right.
And that's what this is. You can still have a really good $50 date. You ain't got to ball out for us. Like, you have us. You're getting a 4th season. We already know this. So you don't have to try to impress us with this kind of stuff. Well, here's the thing. I appreciate it. Appreciate the fuck out of it. I appreciate them wanting us to see Gorilla City. I appreciate them wanting us to see Grodd and do all this stuff. I really appreciate that, but not at the expense of you ruining a really, really, really good episode because you couldn't stick the landing. So, yeah. One thing before we get to Sabotage, Barry proposing. That's not going to end well.
No, I don't know. Well, yeah, sure. Do you, Barry?
Here's the thing. I'm not even sure she said yes.
She said yes, didn't she?
She did not answer. They go to black before she answers, dude.
Oh, stop. They're not going to do that. If they were going to do it, they would have teased it better than that, because I didn't even know she didn't say yes.
Okay, yeah, no, she didn't say yes. She didn't say yes in the episode, but I'm not going to lie, because here's the thing, she's going to eventually say yes, even if she doesn't say it right then. It's just that, like, Barry went into this long thing about how the story, I'm like, oh, man, it would really suck. He goes through all this stuff, and she says no because of everything that's going on, so. But yeah, that can't end well, right?
No, not at all.
That's giving her your last name. That's not gonna. Okay.
It's not gonna solve your problems.
It does not solve your problem. But I also understand what Barry was saying too. It's like they've been spending so much time trying to change the future. At some point, you also got to live in the present, right?
Yeah.
You know, and I appreciate that, and I appreciate, and you know, like I said, I'm joking it now, but I think that was well done. You know, good for you, Barry. I don't think it ends well for you, but hey, you know, here's the thing. We've been getting a lot of good, happy endings, which leads me to believe that the end of the season is going to be really, really bad.
Well, you know what? They caught Grodd last season because we thought bad things were going to happen, and they killed his dad.
Right.
Like, well, yeah, you're right. I agree 100%. Something bad's about to happen.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody's fast enough to save Iris at this point, yeah. But then again,
that may be the final. This was inevitable.
Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna tell you right now, they kill Iris. Woo, boy, you guys don't have enough speed to get away from the hate mail you're gonna get.
And if you do it, I support you because I'm here for the story. I will not back you publicly or on the show.
Right.
Just know that my heart, as someone who enjoys writing and taking chances, is with you. But no, I can't actually.
Oh yeah.
You.
Look, dude. When them think pieces come out, I'm gonna fade into the bushes like I do when Iron Fist comes out, and them think pieces come out too.
Oh yeah.
I was never here. I'm gonna be one of the silent Trump voters.
Dpalm, what's your thoughts, huh?
Right. If you ask me in person, I'm gonna say they killed Iris. That is terrible. I can't believe they killed a black. Oh, if you give me a phone poll though, and it's anonymous, just saying. Who knows what I'll choose?
Yeah, you know what?
Who knows what I'll choose? Yeah. But here's, all jokes aside, I almost kind of feel like. And again, I hate that we've gotten to this point on the show, but I feel like a West has to die. Whether it's Iris, Joe, or Wally, I feel like one of those three has to die in order for this to be a successful season because, like, if you don't do it, then have you removed any of the weight from the show?
So are we doing predictions right now?
Yeah.
It's not going to be a West.
You think it's going to be Barry?
It's going to be an Allen. They've killed an Allen at the end of every season so far.
True. Yeah. You think? I think Justin said that in last week too. When we kind of talked about it a little bit, you think it's gonna be Barry?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like somebody has to. At this point, the way things are going, they have to kill somebody in order
not even
for
kill if Barry disappears into the Speed Force.
Or something like
He goes too fast and can't come back.
Something like that has to happen.
They lose him for like weeks at a time, and the next season starts off with just Wally and Jesse doing the job.
Yeah, I feel like it has to. We've just gotten to the point with this show, and again, I still love the show. I think it's still great. There are issues and problems going around there, but I think in order for this, because if you don't do it, because you've kind of teased last season Barry doing that when he disappeared in the Speed Force with trying to increase the speed to go against Zoom.
Right.
At this point, I don't know what happens if you. Yeah, I just feel like it has to. There has to be something because there's been way too many happy endings so far, and there needs to be something there that gives you real weight and consequence going forward into that season 4, and that's a way to shake the show up. You go into season. I mean, again, by this point, you'll go into season 4. Would it really be that bad if Barry's gone and the new lead becomes Wally
for an episode or two?
For an episode or two, yeah.
I mean, they're not going to actually.
Oh no! I know they won't go that far, but
no, it'd be ridiculous for them to do so.
Right. I'm just saying.
It would be. You spent 3 years marketing this guy as the Flash, and just to take him away would be a horrific decision.
I'm just saying.
Horrific decision. From a pure marketing point of view.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just saying.
It's lighting money on fire to give away the lead of your show.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just
saying. I wanted to hear you
I have a black Flash agenda.
I
I'm sorry.
I get it, but it's important that we set realistic expectations for the
listeners. Stop stepping on my dreams, man. All right? Stop stepping on my dreams. No, but you're right. Yeah. I mean, it's just, but I think you're right. I mean, at some point, they gotta go that route. So, so the end of the episode, young Wallace sees Sabotage.
Seems bad.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be interested in seeing how they play that next week. One, is that tied to Julie not being around?
Yep.
2, is this also tied to, remember, Wally was a half-baked speedster.
Mm-hmm.
So is that why he's seeing Sabotage, and is there a connection to Sabotage through that? So yeah, I'll be interested in seeing how that goes, how they play that off. So
it's gonna be great.
Yeah. So you got anything else you got to say about this?
No, I just, for someone who was so excited for Grodd, I shouldn't get my hopes up again because they underwhelmed with this, but they said they're putting him near the cell with Killer Shark.
Oh.
And now I'm curious.
Curiosity killed the cat, man.
I'm not a cat. I'm good.
I know, but I'm just saying.
I'm here for it. And
here's the thing. When they say things like that, they're going to do it. Not this season, but next season, we're going to get Grodd and Killer Shark. That's just, like, they do things like this.
Shots, man.
Yeah, they're calling a shot on this one. Like,
remember early on, it was like episode 1, we saw the cage with Grodd's name on it.
Right. Yeah.
These things pay off.
Yeah. So, that's definitely going to happen. And here's the thing. I actually think that they do that. I think that'll be more in the budget than what they did with the Gorillas, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think that, because say what you want, but those episodes were they were smaller. I think the show does really well because it is on the CW. It actually does better when it's smaller.
Yep.
And I actually think a Grodd and King Shark episode is smaller than trying to have a platoon of 100. Like, you literally had 100 gorillas and there was almost no damage. Come on, son. Come on, son. I mean, there would at least be feces thrown all over the place. I'm just saying.
See, why do you do that? Play into playing to the primate stereotypes.
I'm just saying. Damn. Hey, I do like the King Kong thing where they threw him off the building.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, yeah, we know. Kong Skull Island comes out in a couple weeks. Comes out
And
next
I
week.
can't wait.
I know. I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I'm problematic. So what? I'll take it.
Wait, is Kong problematic?
King Kong?
I mean, it is. I'm saying the new one.
Oh no, I don't think the new one is. The new one doesn't
Okay.
look. The new one doesn't look problematic at all.
The new one looks fucking amazing.
Oh yeah. Here's the thing. I don't think it's going to be good.
How do you define good? I define it by a bunch of gunships attacking a giant gorilla.
Okay. When I say good, I mean like it's not going to get good reviews, but
I'm not here for reviews.
I'm going to enjoy the fuck out of it. All right.
They're mashing together King Kong and Vietnam War movies.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Look, as long as it doesn't pull a Godzilla, which as long as it doesn't pull a Godzilla and doesn't show us a monster most of the film.
No, we've seen enough in the trailers.
I know. I've already seen more of him in the trailer than I have Godzilla in the entire Godzilla film. So, as long as we get that, yo, I think I'm good, yo. I'm in. So yeah, I see that next week. I'm so in for that shit. So, speaking of some shit we're so in for, let's get some more stuff out here since there's no Agent of Shield. We're gonna extend this podcast a little bit. How about that Guardians trailer, man?
Who cuts your trailers, Marvel? Because guess what? I don't know a goddamn thing about this movie.
Yeah.
And I'm more hyped now than I've ever been. And I watched the trailer twice today, and I have no idea what's going to happen. I can guess, but like, as far as like, oh, that's the plot, I can't put a pen in it right now.
Oh no, I'm so fucking in for this. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, and it's just a small moment was like when Peter Quill tells Baby Groot, put your seatbelt on, and he's like eating a bowl of like M&M's or something.
Yeah, when Gamora turns to him, hi.
Right.
We've all been annoyed by a child and had to say hi before.
In the middle of a fight.
In the middle of doing something else, hello, and just ignore the child again.
Gamora with that big ass gun. Like, it's just
That was perfect because they set it up with I thought you were the swords because I thought guns were my thing.
Right.
And then she pulls out the biggest gun in the history of the world.
Right. Like, dude, I'm so in for this movie. I can't fucking wait. I can't fucking wait. It's going to be so much fun. And I really feel like Batista is going to kill it, yo.
He's so good.
Oh man. Yeah. He's good. and here's the thing, I've seen him in other roles too. He's good in them too, but this role, oh my.
Pretty good actor.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he murders this. He's got this Drax thing.
Oh my God.
He's figured this shit out somehow. He's cracked this code early.
It is so. Oh, it's perfect. So perfect. Man, yeah, I can't wait for this fucking movie. And that trailer looked amazing.
Kurt Russell's playing a planet.
Right. Oh man. Like, yeah, I'm really excited for this one. The music, everything's there. Like the vibe of it. It's
when the shot of him plugging in the amp.
Yes.
To start the music in the trailer.
Yes.
Marvel gets it, man. I want to tell you.
Yeah. I mean, like there's even that shot of Star-Lord and Rocket like jumping out of like into space, flying. Like, dude, like
anybody can save the galaxy once. We save it twice.
Yeah.
Really jack up our rates. I'm like, this is brilliant.
Oh man.
Because it's not like they're hiding from the conceit of the name being Guardians of the Galaxy and that it's Volume 2. Ryan explicitly says, "Oh, we can just do it again."
Right.
And it's almost like a meta, like James Gunn. I can just raise my rate this time.
Right.
I say it's like I Guardians of the Galaxy once.
I'm so in for this fucking movie, yo. I can't.
Marvel gets it, man. I want to tell you.
Yeah. I can't wait. Speaking of people who don't get it, going into that, did you see the test footage for Aquaman?
I got a question for you, Chris.
If you're gonna ask me if isn't there a certain
No, I'm asking you what the date on that other movie is. Is it August?
I thought it was June.
Oh, it's June?
It's June.
So maybe, just maybe, you should be, I don't know, doing some sort of fucking press for that.
What movie would that be, Dpalm? It's not like there's some historic,
Kriss, I honestly
female
have no
superhero
idea.
character.
If they don't blitz March is International Women's Month, Women's History Month. This is the time. You're doing a Wonder Woman period piece. DC executives, if you don't have things planned, and it's the first, and I heard nothing, you idiots.
Here's the thing. Guardians of the Galaxy comes out in May.
Yep.
Spider-Man comes out in July.
They dropped the first issue of the Spider-Man Homecoming prequel comic today.
If you, I think, just from a marketing point,
Warner Bros. Didn't get it.
Just from a marketing point of view, your last best hope right now is stuck in between two killers from Marvel and Guardians of the Galaxy,
with the guns blazing.
Guardians of the Galaxy and Spider-Man: Homecoming. Yes, it's Wonder Woman.
Return to Marvel.
Yes, Wonder Woman is. If you're just resting on the fact that it's Wonder Woman,
that's not. Spider-Man's a bigger hero than Wonder Woman.
Yes. And there's a problem with quality from your studio versus Marvel.
Your quality's bad.
So people are already nervous.
That's the problem with your quality.
And here's the thing, because people it goes back to this whole thing with Suicide Squad, right? When they were like, "Oh, we're not doing
the Academy Award-winning Suicide Squad."
Fuck you. Here's the thing. I thought that was I didn't know what it was up against. And somebody said it was up against Star Trek Beyond. No way it should have won.
You know, in Star Trek Beyond, they created 50 different new alien species to celebrate the 50th years of Star Trek.
I know, and that's why I was like, "There's no way they should have won. No way Suicide Squad should have won Best Costume. I'm sorry, no." I saw some of those from Star Trek Beyond. Regardless of how you feel about the fucking movie, and
I never saw it. Was it good?
It was still a better movie. I thought it was fine. I thought it's a better movie than Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
But the costumes alone, come on, man, it's not even fucking close. You give it to Star Trek. But
from what I saw, I was like, how'd they do that, guys?
Yeah, it's whatever. All right. But when there were reshoots for Suicide Squad and all this rumor came out, and Ayers and WB took like a month to come back and go, "Oh no, there were no reshoots. These were scheduled." You saw right then, even though that we find out that later on that wasn't how it was. You lost the PR battle then. The PR battle for Suicide Squad got lost in March for a film that comes out in August.
Yep.
You've already lost a PR battle for Wonder Woman. Not even off what you've done now, but from last year when all this talk came out about it being a mess. And instead of coming out and hitting that hard, you had like one tweet from Jeff Johns, you had a couple things here and there, and then you went right into Justice League. Now you got fucking Zack Snyder tweeting things about Aquaman. Like, you're not helping that battle. You're not helping yourself. Like, you're losing the battle. So what happens is, even if Wonder Woman is not that bad, and let's say it's even a good fucking film, you're already in the hole.
You're going uphill because people were thinking bad things about it. Or not thinking about it at all.
Right. And so
I should know the date Wonder Woman comes out. I shouldn't be asking you.
Come on, man.
You there?
Yeah, no, that was me, the silence of me being frustrated.
Oh, okay.
That's what that was. It was the silence of me going, "You're absolutely right." I think Spider-Man Homecoming is what? That's July 16th? I'm going to check it out right now.
Yeah,
Let me see.
It's right my birthday.
Oh, I'm sorry, July 7th. Close enough. I at least know the month. You didn't even know the month that Wonder Woman comes out.
I had no idea.
Like, come on, man. Come on. Like, that's not a good thing. Like,
Are you going to see it? Oh, I guess you're going to review it.
Yeah,
I won't see it opening week.
Yeah,
I won't.
I'm gonna. We'll more likely get a screener for it, so I'll see it then. And I'm not even hoping at this point because I feel like they're not even confident in it. They're not even confident. Like, at this point, you should have at least gotten a second trailer, right? Have we gotten 2 trailers for it yet? Yeah, we did. We got a teaser. We got. Yeah, I mean, you didn't even get anything during the Super Bowl.
Right.
Come on, man. But you're getting all this stuff about Justice League right now. And that's the thing that gets me. It's like, I totally understand, hey, the film comes out in June. Hey, it's perfectly fine if we don't hear anything for it. Because you don't need to start marketing for it now. You really don't. Unless you're already marketing for Justice League, which comes out in November. Then I got to start asking.
Aquaman.
And Aquaman, which comes out next year. When that happens, I have to start asking. And you're also announcing all these other films that are coming out. So you've announced a Black Adam solo film, Shazam. You've announced Gotham City Sirens, Nightwing. You've announced.
What do you say?
You've announced all this other stuff. We're still working on Batman. Like, we got a new director. You're announcing all this other shit. Wonder Woman comes out in June, and I haven't heard anything about it. It makes me think that you're doing all this other announcements because you're trying to lower expectations for Wonder Woman because you're not even confident.
Crazier? I got people who don't do this like we do this saying the same thing to me.
Yeah.
I had someone say, "You see the Aquaman footage? Hey, why are they releasing the Aquaman stuff? Isn't Wonder Woman coming out soon?"
When the regular starts saying that shit, when the people that don't do this for a living say this shit, might be a fucking problem. And I'm just saying, again, man, I know we harp on DC all the fucking time.
If Wonder Woman falls, man, I think it's gonna be the last movie we see of them for a while.
That you're gonna see?
Yeah. No, I think they're done. I think if Wonder Woman doesn't murder it,
no, but they got to.
Above them,
they got to. They can't not release Justice League, and they're already shooting Aquaman. You think they're gonna?
They will pull the plug on Aquaman, and they may release Justice League, but they may dump it in like January.
I don't think they'll go.
You don't want to go up against, because guess what? You're going to walk into Star Wars. November Justice League said, you said by your scheduling, we're not scared of Star Wars, and what you're telling by your actions is we should probably fucking scared of Star Wars.
Remember, I think Thor Ragnarok comes out 2 weeks before it too?
In the words of Wolverine, guts will get you killed.
Yeah,
don't be gutsy. Be smart here, guys.
Ragnarok comes out the first week, and then 2 weeks later is Justice League.
Oh, Justice League going to come out over Thanksgiving weekend, and then hope it goes to a month of good reviews before Star Wars comes in and erases the entire year of film?
Yeah, it comes out November 17th.
Wait, when's Ragnarok come out?
The 3rd.
That's the day before my wedding.
Yeah.
Huh.
So, and then let's see, episode 8. Let's see when that comes out.
It's like the week before Christmas, I bet.
The December 15th.
Yeah. What? You're asking for 4 weeks of we're going to be fine.
the dog with the
Thor only lasts 2 weeks, which, judging from reports I've heard, that's not going to be true because it looks like it's going to be a great Thor movie. It's Thor versus the Hulk. God.
Right.
And then you say, we're not going to worry about the movie before us. And then you're going to say, we need 4 weeks of good money making before Star Wars comes in and erases all the money. Just release it in overall MLK weekend.
Well, here's the thing. I do think that no matter what happens, Wonder Woman's going to make good money. No, here's the thing. Regardless if it's good or not, it's historic. It's going to make them. It's going to do the same thing that BBS did.
Our line for good money and their line for good money are different lines.
Yeah.
Good money, not acceptable, not a solid performance.
What do you think? What do you think their line is for good money?
They want $1 billion
for Wonder Woman.
Yeah. They will not get there.
No, they will not.
They won't get within sniffing distance. They won't get within $100 million.
If it overperforms and it does above 60%, it does $1 billion. If it
does 60%,
if it gets 60% on Rotten Tomatoes and it gets at least a fresh score.
You're talking about a damaged brand in DC.
I know.
You're talking about the lead in is Thor in the ass kicker Star Wars. You're telling me you're going to get to that much money in 4 weeks?
No. I'm talking about Wonder Woman. I'm not touching the Justice League thing. I'm not. We're not even there. I'm talking about just. I'm saying
even Wonder Woman.
I'm saying Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman's up against. Okay, let's say Wonder Woman. Woman's middle of June, so you're gonna be coming off of Guardians and Covenant. and running right into Spider-Man. So let's say and that one, honestly, you've given yourself about 3 weeks to make money. And that's hoping that people aren't having event fatigue after Guardians and are ramping up for Spider-Man.
Well, here's the
thing. Put yourself in the dead zone. What are you thinking? I'm getting frustrated talking about it because the more we talk about it, the more I realize how fucked they are.
Yeah,
those 2 movies are the last 2 movies you'll see out of this reign of DC film. I'm putting they will pull the plug on Aquaman before Wonder Woman drops. You'll hear production pause rumors. They'll say, "Oh no, someone had to film something else. We didn't have time for coverage," and then they will quietly shutter that film. There's no real names attached to it. You can do it pretty easy.
Here's the thing. I think with Wonder Woman, I think Wonder Woman will make the $1 billion.
I think this is like a pod bet.
No,
not tonight. We are developing a podcast.
I think it will.
You are drunk.
Mostly off of overseas.
Oh, you're drunk. You're drunk.
Yes. I will. Here's the thing. I think if you give me a choice between Wonder Woman and Justice League, Wonder Woman has a better chance of making $1 billion than Justice League does.
I honestly don't know.
I think Wonder Woman
because with the conditioning as a nation has moved a little bit from the summer blockbuster to the year-end thriller.
Yeah, you're right.
Like I think just Wonder Woman, the name and the date would normally, I would agree with you. Mm-hmm. People don't go to movies like that anymore.
Yeah, true.
Either you hit or you don't, and I don't think this will, especially with what I think is going to be very poor word of mouth.
Yeah.
Look at the drop on the first weekend of Batman vs Superman. The second.
The drop,
and they're only giving themselves 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, you're right.
Because guess what? Spider-Man's coming out internationally too.
Yeah.
He's the biggest superhero on the planet. Yeah. Like people don't get this. Superman puts out a movie and moves a bunch of merch. That year with that movie does not move as much merch as Spider-Man does with no movie.
Yeah, look. The Spider-Man movie is definitely getting $1 billion. All right,
it's getting 2. Like people don't seem to get how much money the Spider-Man movie is going to make.
Yeah, look. That Spider-Man movie is, and look. When here's the thing that's going to kill Wonder Woman when that final trailer drops. Which, how much you want to bet Marvel drops the final trailer for Spider-Man: Homecoming like a week before Wonder Woman comes out?
I was about to say the same week. If it comes out on a Friday, Tuesday we'll get the drop on Kimmel.
They're going, because Marvel.
Remember, was it last year they did Batman vs Superman and it was Luke Cage the same weekend?
Yeah.
Dirty sons of bitches. And they don't give a fuck. And then they beat your ass.
Well, here's the. You know what? I'm gonna say. I gotta take it back. You're right. Because this is what they're gonna do. It's the same thing they did with Batman vs Superman. And oh my God, there's some assholes. Not only do they have so they don't have a Netflix joint dropping, but you know what they're going to do? They're going to do the same thing they did with Civil War, where Civil War was when Batman vs Superman came out. The next week were the early screeners for Civil War with no embargo.
No embargo. Why would you want an embargo?
With no embargo. So what happened was
we know what we did.
So people came out of Batman vs Superman not being happy. Next week, the reviews for Civil War were coming out. And it was like, this is the greatest superhero film of all time. The greatest comic book film of all time. And we were just like, so why am I going to waste my money on this? I just wait a couple of weeks and see Civil War. And that is what, and oh, fuck. Yeah, no, Wonder Woman's fucked.
Yep. They will pull, Aquaman will not be released in theaters.
Oh, God. You're right. I just thought about that. Yeah, they're going to, boy. All right, let's move on to some other things. This is depressing. All right, last thing. You still want to do this?
Yeah, I'm not going to take as long as I was going to.
So you say. So
I'm serious. Don't be an asshole.
So it's all this. Tom King, one of our favorite writers.
Wonderful writer. His issue 18 of Batman was out today, and it's amazing. Yes. Go read it.
And he decided to watch the world burn by sending out a tweet. And he ranked the top 10 fighters, Bat Family fighters, and he has a list. You want to go through his list?
Read the list, Chris.
Yes, number 1 he has Cassandra.
No, dude, it's fine. You go 10 to 1. How do lists work?
You want to do 10? 10. All right, it's all 10. 10, he has Tim Drake. Number 9 is Stephanie. 8, Duke. Number 7, Jason Todd. 7 is Helena. 5 is Kate. 4 is Damien. 3 is Bruce. 2 is Dick. And I already spoiled number 1. Number 1 is Cassandra. And he says, arguing commenced because he knew he was lighting the world on fire. And Dpalm has thoughts.
All right, so stop. First things first. He identifies this, and is very clear in this, identifying it as Earth 1, which means the New 52 post-Flashpoint Earth. Even for that list, this is wrong. Because Duke's been around 20 minutes.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of weird that Duke was on the list as high as he was.
Helena, if you're going to do the Helena I'm thinking of, the one from Grayson's series now in Bird of Prey, I'd put her above Kate. Tim and Duke should be probably flipped for this list.
Yeah, I didn't understand. Yeah, you can't put Duke higher than Tim. Like I wasn't.
And Tim trained Stephanie, so
yeah, I don't have a problem. Like I think some people thought we would be mad at Tim not being higher than 5, and I was like, no, I'm fine with him.
For New 52 Earth, that makes sense because they very much played down his fighting prowess. I made my own list.
Okay, let's hear it.
And my list is of the ideal version of that character, saying like we're talking Bruce's peak, the best version of the Red Robin run of Tim.
Yeah,
like I'm talking the very best. And so I'll go through my 10. My 10 first was Stephanie, and this is taking into account her time as Batgirl, which we need to do a comic book club on because I reread that series recently, and it's awesome. It's fun and it's good. It's well drawn. It's just it was the companion series to Red Robin. And it really worked really well.
Maybe we should do not just a comic book club. Maybe we should do a character corner on Batgirls, Batwoman.
Batgirls, yes. Let's do Batgirls.
Okay, let's do
it. Babs, Hell, Cass, and Stephanie. Yeah. We can definitely do that.
Well, yeah.
Let's put a pin
I
in
love how we.
This is how I ended up doing more podcasts.
Yeah,
Everyone heard it happen in real time this time.
Yeah, this is how it happens. Anyway, sorry, continue.
Number 9, I had so 10 was Stephanie, just because she was literally trained by Tim. She got a lot better under Babs' tutelage as Batgirl, but she's still the number 10 in the Bat family. Number 9, Helena. Yeah, it's Helena. She's what she is. 8 was Barbara, because even when Barbara was active as Batgirl at her peak, she never lived in the cave. She never trained full time. She got her start in a knockoff Batgirl costume and got stopped by Dick and Bruce at the time, who ended up giving her first bat line, which is a great story, I think, in Batgirl year 0. 7 is Jason. So my view of the 3 Robins, the 3 main Robins, has always been that each one played up an aspect of Batman. Jason's the fighter. He's probably the most gifted fighter, but he's also the angriest. So he's not the best fighter. Mm-hmm. Dick's the acrobat. Tim is the detective. 6, I had Damien, because you got trained from birth to be a living weapon. Like, he was raised by assassins. Of course, he's going to be able to fight, but he's also 13 years old.
Yeah. As Damien gets older, he moves to the list.
Yeah, Damien's going up this list. It's just at 13, there's only so much you can do, right, as evidenced by every time he seriously challenged Tim Drake and got his ass handed to him.
Right.
It's so funny because in the Red Robin run, at one point, there's like a sibling-ish rivalry between them, mm-hmm, and Damien tries to jump him, and you read the internal monologue of Tim and says, I don't have time for this.
Right.
And the only way he's going to respect me is if I put him down hard.
Right.
And he beats the living daylights out of him.
Right.
And you're like, oh. But you also see, and that goes to my number 5, Tim Drake. In that Red Robin run, you see how he took from all the teachers. He trained with Shiva. He trained with Dick. He trained with Bruce. He took the best of those people and made his own fighting style, his own ability in the field. I can't say anything more about Tim Drake than I haven't already on the character corner or here. Kate Kane, I had at 4. Military training plus independent training. She's a different fighter than the rest of the family, but she's still up there. 3, I had Dick. I think as a character, honestly, Nightwing can surpass Batman because he's Batman, but he's also got the connections in the community, whereas Batman relies on fear. Everyone loves Dick and wants to help Dick if they can. So 2 is Bruce. He trained most of the people on this list. He took 8 to 7 years, however, depending on continuity, and trained by himself. Like, they all know what he taught them, but they don't know everything he knows.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And number 1 is Cass, because no matter what continuity, Cassandra Cain is basically a metahuman. She was not allowed to speak in either major continuity she exists in until she met the Bat family. She was trained to read body language and to anticipate people's movements 3 steps ahead. She can fight. She's Lady Shiva and David Cain's child. She's basically born to fight. And, yeah, that's an easy number 1.
Yeah.
See, I told you it wasn't as long. It could have been way longer.
Yeah, and I don't think, not bad. I don't think that's too controversial either. So,
yeah. I'm not going to.
But
Bruce at 3 was that one.
Yeah.
You telling me in a fight you put money on Bruce over Dick? Not in any years. I would love to take your money.
Right.
If only because if people will laugh like, oh, it's fictional characters. You know what the best part of the best fighting ability is? The pencil. If the fight's going to happen, it's going to happen in a Batman book, and guess whose name's on the title? Mm-hmm. So, Batman. Though the Nightwing book's very good right now, but even in the Nightwing book, this week's Nightwing book, he beats the shit out of Damian as an afterthought too. Because at one point, like Damian's trying to get him to goad him into a fight, and Dick's really stressed out, and he slams against the wall with his sticks against his throat. He says, "You are a 13-year-old with raging hormones and the patience of a child on Christmas morning. Stop it." And I was like, well then.
Cut it out.
Sometimes you forget that he was trained by the Bat.
Right.
And other times he reminds you. But yeah, that's Tom King's out there doing the Lord's work. That Batman book is great. But he really did just want to start something. And he did a very good job doing it. And also, I have to remind everyone of this. Every time I mention Tom King, his Batman run is great. And I love it. And it should be read by everyone. But you need to listen to me closely. The Vision's the best thing I read last year.
Yeah.
In any format.
Yeah.
Books, novels, nonfiction. It's the best thing I read. It's 12 issues, and you should all read it.
Absolutely. Definitely really great. I think it's on one of the lists of the comic book clubs we're doing. Hey, another good thing that came out of this list is we're also going to be doing another character corner. So
I don't know how that just happened. Yeah, all of a sudden I'm doing Batgirl stuff.
This is the second character corner that we've kind of come up with on the fly in the middle of a podcast. First is doing Wolverine enemies, now doing the Batgirls.
It's back-to-back podcasts with you. Stop this.
I know, we gotta stop, man. Man, but everybody loves it, so hey, we gotta say. Anyway, it's our Super Tuesday recap, folks. Thank you guys very much for listening. Again, leave us a 5-star review, Super Tuesday recap on iTunes, and we'll read it on air. Or email us at mtrailerreviews@movietrailerreviews.net. We will be back. Only other thing we got to do this week is Arrow, because Legend Tomorrow was also on break. So we'll be back with our Arrow Super Tuesday recap. And also, not this week, but the following week, we will be doing Iron Fist and Colleen Wing in Character Corner. So, for Heroes for Hire Part 2. So, all right, folks, thank you guys very much for listening. And until next time, we're out of here. Peace.